it's Caitlin Fagan of whatsupfagans.com, and today I have a great new cleaning tutorial for you. Today we're going to talk about cleaning the stovetop. I have a gas stove range and it's definitely in need of a little TLC. So today I'll be partnering with Barkeeper's Friend, who I love, and the product that is fantastic for it. So let's get started. So as you can see, my stovetop definitely needs a little cleaning here, okay? I have the burners, I have the grill tops, I have some watermarks from when I wiped it off before, definitely some grease built up as well. And so I'm gonna try to clean it all with my favorite new product. The first thing I want to do is remove all the grates off the top of the stove. My daughters are going to help me out too. Then you want to remove the burner covers. Mine just pull straight off. And then last we'll just remove the burners, and again they just pull straight out. After you disassemble it, the first thing you want to do then is just to wipe down the stovetop. I'm just using a paper towel and just picking up all the kind of loose debris and stuff that's there, because it's going to be in the way when you're trying to really clean and scrub it. The main product I'll be using is the Barkeeper's Friend multi-purpose cooktop cleaner. It's specifically designed for glass stovetops, but I have a feeling it's going to work great for my gas stovetop as well. If you don't have the cooktop cleaner, the regular canned powder stuff will also work fantastic. Take your bottle of Barkeeper's Friend cooktop and shake it for a few seconds. That should do. Now apply it directly onto a wet sponge, just like this. My daughter's going to help me, so I'm going to put some on her sponge too. Now, you don't want to get this product into the holes of your gas stovetop, so carefully smear the product all over, giving a light coating as you spread. Now, make sure not to get the product on your granite or stone countertops, as this isn't the product designed for that. Let it sit on the stovetop a while, especially on harder dark spots, before you begin scrubbing with the scrubby side of your sponge. Make sure you scrub in all those little edges and crevices. Once you've scrubbed and removed all the stains and black marks and dirt, you want to rinse it really well with a wet sponge, wiping it up as you go. You're going to keep wringing out your sponge with some fresh water and then wipe up some more until kind of all that white Barkeeper's Friend residue is removed. Once it's all pretty wiped off and clean, you're going to take a dry microfiber cloth and kind of wipe up all the wetness. You can use something else besides microfiber. I just think it works well. Plus, the microfiber is really great for at the end when you're going to come in and kind of buff it to that nice, very pretty shine and polish. With the stovetop all clean, it's time to move on to cleaning the gas burners and burner covers. I'm going to dip them in a bowl of water with some help from my lovely daughter. After they're wet, we're going to sprinkle some Barkeeper's Friend powder onto the top and kind of move it around so that the top's all covered. Now note, I should probably be wearing gloves, as Barkeeper's Friend can be a little harsh on your skin, especially after prolonged use. So, mistake learned. I'm going to do the same thing then with the burners. I'm going to again dip them in the water, get them wet, and then sprinkle the sides and everything with the Barkeeper's Friend. The Barkeeper's Friend powder is kind of the stronger cleanser of some of the options they have available, so it's great for kind of the grease and grime we're about to scrub off. Now note too, I have some paper towel under the burners, and that's just to catch the excess Barkeeper's Friend being dumped around and to protect my countertops. We'll let the Barkeeper's Friend sit on the burners for at least 5 minutes. Okay, it's been a few minutes, and now I added a little bit more water to some of them just to make sure it's working well. And we don't want our sponges to be super wet, but we're taking the harder scrubby side and we're going to start cleaning the top of the burner covers. As you can see, it's getting kind of brown and cleaning off all that burnt marks, and it's coming right off real well. Obviously, you just want to keep scrubbing and using circular motions to make that Barkeeper's Friend working for you. I'm not actually scrubbing that hard. It's just kind of gentle scrubbing circle motions, and it's coming off real well. You can kind of clean in the underside a little bit too, but it's not really that important. Now, you rinse it off in some water, and you can see if you've missed any spots. And this little one is looking real clean, and it was my dirtiest one. I see a couple more spots, so I'm just going to scrub those off, and then it should be looking real good after I dip it again. It looks real good. Okay, now we get to move on to the actual burner part of our gas stoves. And again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use our scouring side of our sponges, and we're going to just rub in that Barkeeper's Friend all on the edges and the top and wherever you can of your burners, and just get them looking really good. I want you to see up close how easy and well this is really working to clean. It's pretty awesome. So this is my smallest burner and it's my dirtiest one. And as we go around, you can see the difference between the dark spot and the clean spots and how it works really well. And I'm really not even scrubbing that hard. Now, I haven't been cleaning the inside of them that hard because it's really hard to get in there and it's ripping up my sponge. But there's the dirty part and the clean part. And again, it's just going around the outside and it's just easily moving all that brown, icky buildup. All right, now we're going to give it a rinse so that you can see exactly how it's looking. Ooh, you can see now how much brighter and cleaner it is. Obviously, there's still some little buildup and some spots, and we're going to keep scrubbing on that side. But oh man, a lot of it's looking a lot better. Okay, now that it's all cleaned up, we're going to reassemble it.
You want to put this crack right here where that is, and this bigger piece on it pointing like this. I think so.
This is the large. The large is going to go over here, like this. Okay, she had the wrong size. And there we go. And there's our clean gas stovetop, except for the grates. The last bit of cleaning for our gas stovetops is the grates. The grates are obviously covered in grease and food particles, and they're just not very clean. My daughter's in the background giving thumbs down. These are too big to stick in a bowl, so I'm going to have to get them wet in the sink, which I'm not going to show. I'm sure you can picture that in your mind. But we're going to clean them the same way that we did the burners. I'll be using the Barkeeper's Friend Cleanser and Polish Powder again, as it's more of the heavy-duty cleaner. So I'm going to sprinkle this, and obviously there's a reason I have towels down. This is kind of a messy job, and the powder is kind of going everywhere. But we'll use that later though to kind of get it everywhere. Again, we're going to let this sit for a little bit too, and just kind of let it soak in as best we can before we start the hard scrubbing process. So I just finished scrubbing this one and rinsed it off with some water so I could see kind of how it's looking. And I think overall it's looking pretty good. Obviously there's still some kind of like black spots you can see here. And it's a lot harder to clean these just simply because of all the different sides. There's so many different sides and things you have to clean. I mean, there's the underside, there's the sides, and then like the side. And so they're a little difficult, but I mean, the product works to clean it. It's definitely scrubbing off a lot of that grease. Woo! It did take quite a while to clean all 4 grates and some elbow grease, but after I dry them, I think they're looking pretty fantastic. So the last step, of course, to cleaning your gas stovetop is putting it all back together, including the grates back on the stove. And then, of course, you get to stand back and admire your beautifully clean gas stovetop, and then think that you'll never want to cook on it again. Thanks for watching my video. As you can see, it's now beautifully clean, and it's pretty awesome. I'm actually really surprised at how well Barkeeper's Friend really helped break down that grease and that grime. It's not absolutely perfect because of the grates on top, just kind of being a pain to get in all those nooks and crannies. But I mean, the product works fantastic for it still. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you like cleaning videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I do them very frequently. Be sure to visit my blog, whatsupfagans.com, for all sorts of great cleaning tutorials. Okay, thanks guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks guys.
Thanks, guys.
You want in too?
Oh.
You want in too?
I want it too.
Thanks for subscribing.
Thanks for subscribing.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.